Welcome to the IIBA Tampa Bay, Florida chapter. This is our study group for August 22nd, 2024. This is our 132nd study group. Tonight, we're going to be working through the BABOK, the practice test questions for chapters 1 through 8. We're going to be mixing them up and we're going to see what we know, and this is going to help us identify what we need to learn. My name is Thea Soren. I'm the president of the Tampa Bay chapter. I'm also the vice president of career and professional development. All those fancy titles means I'm here to help you. That's my job. So if you need something, it's your job to reach out to me. I suggest you reach out to me through LinkedIn. I respond to that. I'm on LinkedIn much too much, but I will help you do whatever you need to do. So reach out and tell me what you're looking for. If you need a connection, if I don't have it, I bet you Cliff has it. If you need a connection to a specific company, just look through our contacts and we'll see what we can do to help you. If you need specific help with a certification test, if you need specific help with something that you're encountering at work or working to get a job, let us know. The people that have reached out to us to tell us that our study group or the recordings have been beneficial to them are our lifeblood. That's what we are getting encouraged by. And these folks with their names in red have gone on to help to lead other IIBA chapters. The folks with their names in green have helped us at our chapter. Several of them are current chapter vice presidents or working on things for us. This is our current board. You'll notice we've got some spots over here for you. If you want to be on the board of the Tampa Bay IIBA, let us know. We will not make you do anything you don't want to do. We do need your support. We do need your attendance. And we want to use your talent that you have or help you develop a new talent. But isn't it pretty cool to be able to say you're on leadership of an IIBA chapter? Reach out to me on LinkedIn. We have chapter members from all over the world. Right now, we have several in Nigeria, some in South America, a lot in the United States and Canada, a couple in India. It doesn't really matter where you live in the world. If you do not have an IIBA chapter, we can be your IIBA chapter. If we are feeding you, if we're giving you what you need, you can be a member of our chapter. If you live in the Florida area and you want to have in-person meetings, we want to create some branches. So if you live in anywhere in Florida and you want to meet, reach out to me. If you want to be a leader of one of the branches, we will set you up as the director of the branch. So again, reach out to me. We want to make this as in-person as we can for you. We have started a new endeavor. We want to help emerging professionals, specifically college students. Wouldn't it be cool if your college student or a college student you know could graduate college and go to their first interview for a real job and already be a member of a professional organization and possibly already have a professional certification? We have a director of emerging professionals ready to talk with anybody who's needing it. They have a new email address, director of emerging professionals at TampaBayIIBA.org. Reach out to Kennedy and she can help you out. We are partnering with associations in the Tampa area and a couple of other areas. The Tampa Women in Agile, the Tampa Bay Product Group for product owners, and then several of the IIBA chapters. If you know of an association, whether it's in Florida or not, that you think that we would benefit from, they would benefit from us, and you would benefit from the partnership, reach out to me and introduce me, please. We've given you a lot of ways to reach out to us. We have our LinkedIn group. This is our BABOK Thursday night study group from 7 to 8 p.m. Eastern. We have Zoom, Meetup. We've got our Google Drive. I'll show that to you in just a minute. We have meeting recordings on YouTube, 120 something hours of meeting recordings, guys. We have Bob's Incredible Index. I'm going to show that to you in just a minute. And we also have our brand new IIBA chapter site. Big shout out to Esther and Alicia for their work on that. Our study group advisors, Bob Churchill, Esther, Yulia, and Uche, are here to help you if they've already passed their certification tests. If you have questions, they're here for that. So thank you guys for participating and being here in our meetings. We focus on the top 3 certifications, the ECBA, the CCBA, and the CBAP. These are certifications out of the BABOK, the Business Analysis Body of Knowledge. There are 4 other certifications you can earn through the IIBA. If you want any information on those, you can either go to IIBA.org or contact me and I'll walk you through it. Watermark Learning has given us a discount code, TAMPA21, which is 20% off of any of their products, including the practice test questions that we are currently using. If you want it for yourself, just use that discount code. We're entering into the same type of agreement with Adaptive US, so that will be in place probably in the next 2 weeks. And there is a 15% off your membership renewal. If you're a current IIBA member and you pay for your renewal, you'll get 15% off this month only. So that only lasts for about another week and a half. So take advantage of it while you can, if you wish. The Bluegrass IIBA will be starting on Monday. So this is like, if you're going to do this, you got to jump. This is a $379 regular registration as a chapter member. This is 14 sessions. They have put out many people that have been able to go on and get their CBAP certification. If you're interested in that, I'm personally taking the course because I need to be a student instead of just a facilitator. And we only have about 8 people in the class. So it's going to be a small class. We're going to work together to get that done. Oh, last time I'm going to talk about this, I think business analysis, bridging the gap across industry. Several of your board members got together and put this together for you and the whole business analysis community. This has chapters for 12 different industries for business analysts moving into a brand new industry to tell them regulations, the regulatory body, things that they need to know to kind of give them a leg up so that whenever they hit the ground running, they will have all this information ready to go. Okay, so let me do something different here. This is Robert B. Churchill's website. You'll see it's called rpchurchill.com. If you will go here to Tampa IIBA Study Group, you will see our Google Drive resource files. This has things in it, infographics, things other students have created in preparation for their CBAP, things that are very, very beneficial for them. I encourage you to explore it just to see if there's one thing in there that really helps you, it's going to be worth it for your time. We also have our YouTube link here, and I'm going to scroll down here to the bottom. At the very bottom, this is our interviews. All of these that say passing, these are people that have just recently passed their CBAP certification, and they talk about what it was like to take the test, what was surprising to them, what they found challenging. It is a beneficial thing for you to explore whenever you're getting ready for your CBAP test. Right above that is the 50 techniques. You see 2 different recordings for explanation and a article that Bob has written for each one of those. So if you need to go deeper into that, you can go into that. And in preparation for your CBAP, here is introduction certification. Here's our recording that we talked about the structure of the BABOK, chapter 1. Here's chapter 9, chapter 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, your knowledge areas. We focused on specifically that one knowledge area in each one of these. The thing I love best about this is we have the conversation about what makes that the best answer. We learn from each other. So I encourage you to take advantage of this. The IIBA has just put out the second part of the global state of business analysis. They've got parts 1 and 2 out. It talks about how much money people make around the world, how many people are using business analysis, what groups are represented, employment trends, all kinds of important things. Also on the IIBA website, if you go to your profile, and several people have asked me this, so I'm going to tell you now, if you go to your profile and you want to change your chapter, if you need to change to Tampa Bay, or if you're going to go to another chapter, you're going to go to your account, hit change, and then scroll down and you can change your chapter right there. So there's that information. Let's jump into the CBAP exam. This is chapters 1 through 8. I encourage you to come off of mute and let's do this together. I'm going to ask you to be off mute so you can answer the question. Let me start a brand new one. We're going to go chapters. Yes.
just so you know, usually when we're only talking about one chapter, we can home in on the questions and really find the answers in each chapter. But since we're doing all the chapters together, this is kind of useless. Now, it's more combat conditions. It's what you already know.
Okay, so in practice for actually taking the certification, if you can identify the task, I do encourage you to do so. So question 1, which guideline and tools are leveraged in supporting assessing solution limitations? So there's our task, and it has a very limited number of guidelines and tools for that task. So first of all, which knowledge area is this?
Strategy analysis.
No, this is the
Solution
last one.
evaluation.
Solution evaluation.
Oh,
The solution evaluation. Yeah.
Okay, so in solution evaluation, assessing solution limitations. So it's asking for the guidelines and tools. If you've memorized it, it's
A.
easy. If you haven't, it's not. You like A? Change
Yes.
strategy, risk analysis, results, and solution scope. Why do you like that more than the other answers?
I remember part of that, and I don't think that change management was part of it. So I'm kind of limiting my options here.
Okay, so you've eliminated this one because it has change management in
Mhm.
it. And this one has implementation in it. You don't like that
Mhm.
one.
Mm-mm.
And this one has what's different? This one has future state description in it.
Yeah.
And you don't like that one. Okay, do I have a second vote?
I like D as dog, but I don't remember for sure.
Okay. So you like future state description in that one?
Yes, just
Okay.
because it tells us what are we supposed to have once solution is implemented. So
Is that different than solution scope?
yeah, so future state is kind of, I mean, it's different, yes.
Okay. Okay, I got a vote for A and a vote for D. Can I get a tiebreaker or another vote?
I'll go with D.
Yeah,
Okay.
D.
All right,
I'll go
let's
with
check
D.
our answer.
It's A.
Future state description is not in the guidelines and tools for this particular task. Okay, but now we know, right? During a lecture, professor was teaching his class the fundamentals of developing a balanced scorecard. After reviewing the 4 dimensions of the technique, he asked some questions of the class. So there's 3 questions based upon this scenario. He challenged the students to answer the following question. What dimension of the scorecard would you focus on to ascertain how well the enterprise is operating and if their products meet customer needs? So the quadrant for balanced scorecard, is it customer, learning and growth, financial, or business process?
Customer. I don't know if it's customer.
You think maybe
Business
it's customer?
process, D.
I would say D.
Yeah, I would say D.
Okay, okay. And in China, I apologize, I didn't see your answer in the chat just now. So business process is correct. Note that there's seeming crossover between this and the customer dimension. However, this dimension is internally versus customer focused. So customer would make sense if it weren't customer focused, and this one is, we're talking the internal. Does that make sense to everyone?
Yes.
Okay. Second question on the same scenario, professor then asked the students, which dimension of the balanced scorecard would contain measures pertaining to the top line revenue growth and overall profitability for the current fiscal year? What would the students answer? Is it learning and growth, financial, customer, or business process?
B.
Financial.
B, financial.
Okay, let's test that. And that is correct. Y'all know this. That's awesome. The last question the professor posed was, which dimension of the balanced scorecard would contain measures pertaining to whether or not the delivery of products and services meet customers' expectations over the last quarter? Is it financial, learning and growth, customer, or business process?
Customer.
Got one customer. Anybody else?
Maybe B.
Why do you like B over customer?
Because it talks about a time frame. So I was thinking maybe they were looking at it from almost like a trending, like a growth trending over the last quarter.
Okay.
That's how I
understand
took it.
logic.
I
Okay.
believe that learning and growth talks about in this technique what's going on with the capabilities of the people inside the company.
Oh, okay. Okay. Then I changed it to C.
Okay, let's check C. And that is correct. Very good. Regarding the element stakeholder communication needs, the business analyst must consider the blank of stakeholders. So this is what we're looking for. Is it the elemental attitude, primary language, geographic location, or multi-location distribution? So element, stakeholder communication needs. Here's our task.
That sounds like primary language.
Geographic location,
C.
C.
Yeah, C.
Okay, thank you. Does everyone know elemental attitude is not even in the BABOK? We do have attitude, but not elemental attitude. So let's look at the other ones. Primary language is not listed as consideration for this one, and multi-location distribution is not a BABOK term. It is definitely geographic location. Good job. Guidelines and tools. So plan stakeholder engagement task, guidelines and tools for it include which of the following? Is it business analysis, performance assessment, change strategy, stakeholder engagement approach? Business analysis, performance assessment, expert judgment, methodologies and frameworks? Business analysis, performance assessment, change strategy, current state description? Or business analysis, performance assessment, business policies and current state description? So plan stakeholder engagement task is the second knowledge area.
I'm gonna say
Yes,
A.
Doc.
Why do you like A, Kim?
The stakeholder engagement approach is what's making me think to pick A.
Okay,
But stakeholder engagement approach is kind of a result of stakeholder engagement task, right? So I would eliminate A because of this. I would vote for D.
I'll vote for D too.
Okay.
okay. Yes, okay. So these are the three stated guidelines. It's business analysis, performance assessment, which is goes into everything we do almost. Change strategy and current state description. D has
It's
business
also in
policies.
all 4 questions, so you can ignore that. Make the question smaller.
So business policies
okay.
is not a guideline and tools for planned stakeholder engagement. Okay, as a BA, you're called upon to participate in a strategic workshop to identify change strategies. What will be your most likely role in the discussion? So when do you identify change strategies? Which knowledge area, which task?
The solution.
Define future
That'll be
state.
solution evaluation.
In solution evaluation is the knowledge area and the task.
Define
say
change
this is
strategy.
strategy.
Isn't it define change strategy?
Yes, strategy analysis. This should be
Okay,
the knowledge area is strategy analysis.
okay, good. And your role, are you the arbitrator, the decision maker, the influencer, or the facilitator?
D, facilitator.
Yes, D.
Okay. So in a workshop, we are typically facilitators. The key on this is we're called in to participate in a workshop, and typically in workshops, we are facilitators. We're very strategic facilitators though. Okay, Ashish is working on a project for XYZ Insurance to enable video submissions of auto accident claims. He is specifying the conditions required to meet the business need for the effort. Ashish created the following diagram to help him understand the new process. So this is what the task is. So which knowledge area is this?
Is that the define future
Define-
state?
Is this the RAD knowledge area? Requirements analysis and design definition?
Yeah, I would say so. This is the first step, like specify and model requirements.
I think you're right. We'll find out. I might be wrong. Okay, so here is the SIPOC. SIPOC is the acronym for Supplier Input Process Output Customer. And what we have, suppliers injured party. Input is claims details and video clip. The process goes down here, submit the video claim. There's record video, open XYZ claim app, enter claim details, attach video, send claim. The output is you have a new claim, and then there's a claim receipt. The customer is claims adjustment and insured party. So for this scenario, what activity is Ashish performing? SIPOC modeling the process, defining the value stage, defining the value chain for the process, defining the future state for the process, or modeling requirements for the process. Rich, I can tell you want to answer this.
We've also seen this question before in that diagram, and now that I see it more, I don't like the way it's put together, so it may be a little confusing.
I would say future. Defining future state for the process.
Yep.
Okay.
It's not the value chain. It's
Could you
not
please,
modeling the
scroll-
requirements.
Scroll up to see the question again. Thank you.
It said like help him understand the new process. So that's kind of what I was thinking.
So I would say this is either C or D. So he is modeling requirements or he is defining the future state.
Okay.
Um,
I agree. I agree.
Okay, well, I've got two C's. Let's see how we do. And that is correct. Scenario
It
states.
says you have the video clip as an input, but then the first thing you do in the process is make the video clip. So it's not an input. And then as an output, a claim receipt, it's not really clear what that comes from or goes to.
That may be one of the next questions.
That's me.
Let's find out. The next question in this scenario is, which component is Ashish missing from his SIPOC diagram? Is it a process step for providing a claim receipt, an output of the attached video, a customer representing the claims database, or an input to the vehicle involved in the accident?
What can you eliminate?
The output of the attached video is just not right.
So you don't like this one? You want to eliminate this answer?
Yep.
Okay. As we have attached to the video as an action here.
I want to eliminate C too.
Why do you dislike C?
A customer representing the claims database. Oh, well,
It's
yes, it is.
poorly worded.
Yeah, it should be a customer. An element representing claims database, maybe.
Yeah. Enter claim details before.
Okay.
I think I remember this from another one of our test times. And for some reason, I'm leaning toward A because
Yeah.
for some reason, I remember claim receipt being on there and it stumped me. I was like, well, I don't understand what they're saying. So I'm thinking it's A, but I could be wrong.
Right.
Well, the process doesn't say anything in here about creating it, so let's try A. Answer is A. There's no output of a claim
Yeah, I
receipt.
remember that from before. Yeah.
Also, that whole thing bugs me. The receipt should come from someplace else.
Okay. During a peer review of the SAPOC, a colleague of Ashish's commented that one of the process steps was unneeded in the diagram. Was he correct? And if so, which one is unneeded? Record video because it can be assumed to be a precondition of the process. Open XYZ claim map because it can be assumed to be a precondition of the process. Enter claim details because the details are an input to the process. Or the colleague is not correct. All steps displayed are needed.
I would say the record video is is unnecessary because there is an input of video clip already. So
Yeah.
why would you need to record it once again?
Right.
As it is provided as input.
Yeah. Because you should attach the video. Yeah.
Okay, let's find out. And that is correct. It's most likely to be a precondition and exclude from the process, especially since it's an input. That was very good logic. That kind of logic will make you pass the test, I bet you. Which input would be leveraged by the business analyst to support measuring solution performance? Is it, okay, measuring solution performance is our task, right? What knowledge area is that?
Solution evaluation.
Right? So the input to this task is implemented solution internal business objectives, current state description, implemented solution external business objectives, or budget and timeline. Are there any we can remove?
Well, this is definitely either A or C. I just don't get this internal and external.
I'm going
Well,
C.
the solution performance is usually internal, not external. The external.
So what is the difference between internal and external? So I'm not getting this.
It's internal to the solution or external to the solution. So it's something about the solution or something of the environment where the solution is put into. That's what my understanding of internal and external is.
If so, then A, but my understanding was that internal is the solution implemented internally inside the organization, or it is external, it was like purchased from someone else, like other vendor.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe the reason I was picking C was I thought where they say measuring the performance, measuring it against maybe competitors or other solutions. That's why I said external, but it could be.
Okay.
I don't know. We'll find out.
Let's find out.
CBA.
Okay, internal is the key that makes this incorrect. So 8.1.3. So we're get to the right one here.
So we need to find out what
Solution
external actually
evaluation.
means.
Yep. I'm going to leave that for you to do on your own, but implemented solution external and business objectives as an output out of 6.2 are your inputs into that task. Which of the following is not true about a class in the data model? So the class in the technique data model, a class defines the entity's allowable values, a class contains attributes, a class contains operations that describe what can be done with that class, or a class has relationship with other classes.
The
I'm pretty sure
allowable
this is
values.
true. Go ahead, Olga.
Well, I would say it's A, because B, C, and D seem to be totally correct.
Okay. Any other
I agree.
votes?
I agree.
I was gonna say B, but
A class defines an entity's allowable attributes. This is a definition of an attribute instead of the class in a data model.
If you know object-oriented programming, an attribute is a variable which has a type that gives you some but not all information about the values it can have.
I don't know it, guys. So if you don't know it, don't feel bad. When should the timing of business analysis work be identified? So what task are we in? Do you remember where it talks about?
Planning
timing?
and
Yep.
monitoring.
Okay. When planning the overall business analysis approach, when the business analysis approach document is approved and the development of the detailed plan can begin, after resource leveling to ensure the required resources will be available, and at the point when estimates are needed to realize efficiency from just-in-time planning. Are there any of those we can eliminate?
I would say it's A.
yeah.
You like A as the answer?
Yes.
Sure hope it would be A.
Let's try A. And that is correct. Timing is an element of the planned business analysis approach. Okay, Jamie is working on a mobile banking initiative to allow customers to perform all deposits and withdrawal functions using a mobile phone. He's familiarizing himself with the organization structure in order to better understand the current state environment. So this is the key. For this scenario, what will reviewing the organization structure tell him? Can you tell me what knowledge area we're in?
So I believe this is
The current
strategy
state, defining
analysis.
current state.
Define current state, yes. Or maybe, yeah, it may be also planning stakeholder engagement when you need the organization structure to define to understand the stakeholders that you need to engage.
Yeah,
But
could be that too.
I would say it's closer to define current state.
Okay. I think it's planning and monitoring. I think he's in the planned business analysis approach, but I could be wrong. Let's see. It will give him insight into the capabilities of the organization. It will reflect the formal relationships between people working for the enterprise. It will help him calculate the number of communication channels in the organization as input into his communication strategy, or it will tell him how many audiences he has to consider when scheduling requirement workshops.
B,
B.
like boy, as a boy.
Okay, got several B's in there. And that is true. This is a definition of organizational structure in the BABOK, formal relationships between people working for the enterprise. The next question on the same scenario, why is reviewing the organizational structure so important for a change initiative? So the stakeholders aren't overlooked in the elicitation process. The reporting structure may aid or limit a potential change, so that political impacts of transitioning to a future change are thoroughly understood, or it will assess the business analyst in the recommendation of a sponsor for the change initiative. According to the BABOK, which one is the best answer?
All of them are good.
Well, not
Maybe
D.
A. Yeah. A.
You don't like A?
No, I do.
Okay, I
I
got
do.
several
I
A's.
like B.
Okay, why do you?
Yeah, I like B. Because if this is not about elicitation, this is about the planning, the change initiative. Yeah, the question says about change initiative, and in this case, the reporting structure is kind of important.
Okay, so I've got votes for A and for B.
I
Anybody want
think
to tell me?
B is
go
more
with B.
pertinent than A, and also I think D is completely off because the business analyst doesn't recommend a sponsor.
Yep.
Okay. So let's see if B is correct. And it is correct. You guys are on fire tonight. The lead business analyst planned an event to analyze the potential value for each design option and recommend a solution. What inputs will be needed to accomplish this task? So what is the event? What technique is this? Or what task is
Workshop.
this? And what task?
This should be defining a change strategy or future state. Yeah, change strategy, I guess.
I think that is the solution evaluation because it's analyzing the potential value for each design option and recommended solution.
There is no still a solution. There are just
No.
design options.
Yeah, that's
For
not
solution evaluation, you need solution.
the solution. Yeah.
So is this define
Well,
future
the
state?
design options are the potential solutions.
Okay. So is this potential value, business objectives, and design options, risk analysis results, design options, potential value, design options, or potential value, risk analysis results, and design options?
And design options is in all four, so you can ignore that.
D as dog, potential value, risk analysis results. I don't know,
Okay.
I'm between A and D in a way.
Yeah. Maybe A. Yeah.
Okay.
I guess maybe D.
Yeah, I lean more
Um,
towards D.
Yeah, because
If-
like business objectives should be already considered when defining the potential value. So they kind of already included.
So do you think this task is analyze potential value and recommend solution?
No, I think this is the change, defining the change strategy, because in the change strategy, you need to assess different design
The
options.
change strategy is when you've chosen a solution.
Oh, yes, you're right.
Get from where you are to where you're going.
So
Yeah,
so
this is like a
task-
plan. Okay.
So this
A.
task is analyze potential value and recommend solution, right?
Yeah. So A.
So,
Yep.
so what
I
are
changed
the
my mind.
inputs?
C.
Yes.
C.
No, I
Sticking
don't
with-
like
I'm
C,
sticking
but
with A
okay.
anyway.
Got it. Okay, so identifying the knowledge area and the task really, really narrows it down to what our possible answer could be.
And
Ye-
the fact that it's not D must mean that risk analysis is already built into the potential value calculation.
Can we
Okay.
check D
Can-
and
can you
see
s-
what
yeah.
it says?
Yeah.
Want to see what it says? Ta-da! Almost exactly what Bob said. That's great. Okay, next. Elements included in the Identify Business Analysis Performance Improvement task include which of the following? So we know what the task is. So elements of this task, are they performance analysis, performance assessment measures, variance analysis, recommended actions for improvement, performance analysis, assessment measures, analyzed results, recommended actions for improvement, performance reporting, assessment measures, analyzed results, recommended actions for improvement, or performance reporting, assessment measures, variance analysis, and recommended actions for improvement. Which one of those can we eliminate before we even start?
C and D.
And why can we eliminate B?
No, I mean, we can
Analyze
eliminate C and D.
Charlie and
C.
Delta, bye
Okay.
bye.
Yes.
Why? What's wrong with them?
Because I don't remember the performance reporting thing. I
Okay,
don't remember, yeah,
okay. So
anywhere
we
in
think
the
it's
BABOK.
between A and B. So which one of those is right?
Looking at B.
This one has
I'm gonna
variance
say
analysis.
B.
This one has analyzed results.
I say B as in boy.
B.
Okay. I'm so proud of y'all. Which of the following statements about elicitation and collaboration are not true? Elicitation and collaboration are ongoing activities which focus on all types of business analysis information. Elicitation and collaboration focus only on requirements elicitation. Elicitation activities may trigger additional elicitation, and elicitation and collaboration can be planned, unplanned, or both.
B as boy.
B.
Yeah, B. This is
B.
easy.
B as in boy? Okay.
Yes.
That is true. This statement is only partially true. Elicitation and collaboration focus on the elicitation of all business analysis information, not just requirements. Guys, to me, that seems tricky. So pay attention to it, okay?
Yeah.
It says part of the truth, but not all the truth. During the workshop, participants are constructing a container for the product as if it were being sold in a retail store. They're being asked to identify what future users of the product would find beneficial. For this scenario, what is the purpose of the game? So first of all, what task are they in? What task are we in right here?
Analyzing solution evaluation, something like that. Potentially.
A solution evaluation.
I think we are trying to identify what future users would find beneficial. So we're still gathering requirements. Are we in conduct elicitation here?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. So for the purpose of this game is used to help identify related or similar features or themes, used as an input for the marketing plan by product management, used to help identify features of the product being described, or used to identify hidden assumptions or perspectives.
D.
D is in
D,
dog?
because this is a focus group technique.
Okay.
And this is the purpose of this technique. As far as I remember, I don't know.
Well, let's find out.
This is not.
To help identify features being described, building a joint understanding of a problem or solution. This is not correct because this is the purpose of the fishbowl collaboration game, but does not apply here.
Okay, my bad.
It's okay. The product
It seemed pretty
features.
plausible, but C seemed to be the second best. So
Remember, watermark questions are a little bit harder than you're going to find on the test, so we're learning from these. And then what is the name of the?
They're quite harder
what
than
is-
Tech Canvas.
Go ahead, Promise.
Yes, I was saying they're quite harder than Tech Canvas.
Well, yeah, it is. What is the name of the collaboration technique being used? Is fishbowl, product box, remember the future, or affinity map?
Product box. No. Guess.
They said in the previous.
Yeah, I'd say
You're already
B.
Okay, let's find out. And that is correct. product box is used to help identify features of a product that help drive interest in the marketplace.
That's part of the collaborative games technique.
Thank you. Mary is a business analyst who's collaborated with stakeholders and successfully identified the primary root cause related to the business need. To fix the problem, she and her team have generated several alternative solutions, which including the forecasted financial costs and benefits associated with each option. However, the decision maker is still not sold. What might Mary be missing from her presentation? So this is what she has created, and she's missing something. So what is it? What task are we in?
Assess design options and recommend solution.
I think you're probably right. So is she missing the net present value and initial rate of return? The root cause, so the alternative solutions are lacking context. The business needs so that so that they know the problems they're trying to solve are the costs and benefits associated with doing nothing. So she's generated alternative solutions, including the forecasted financial costs and benefits associated with each option. Which of these is missing? Possibly.
I think it's D.
Why do you like D?
I don't remember if alternative, I'm not sure if alternative solutions already may include this option. But this is also should be an option, right? Should be ACE.
We know it's not B because it says they have that.
Yep, they've done the root cause up here. So let's check this answer, and that is correct. The status quo is always considered as an option and presented with other solution alternatives. The cost associated with doing nothing might spur action. Which of the following tasks provides stakeholders the information they need at the time they need it? So what is it we're doing here? What task is it?
Business analysis, planning, and monitoring.
The elucidation and collaboration.
That's the knowledge area.
I would
and
say
the
D.
task.
Manage
I think
stakeholder
it's D.
collaboration.
Very good. Let's check it. This is the way that we provide stakeholders information that they need at the time that they need it in a useful form using the right terminology and concepts. An organization's strategic vendor is having an end-of-year sales promotion on new software. The CIO is getting mixed opinions from his team and has asked Amy, who is a BA, to objectively assess both the in-place and new software and provide a recommendation. Amy finds that the functionality that would lead immediate value to the organization is basically the same. What might Amy do as a next step in her assessment? So what task are we on?
Solution evaluation.
And so what Amy might do as a next step after solution evaluation would be complete a financial analysis to support how a cost would exceed benefits, complete the decision matrix to support her contention that the features are basically the same, explore how the additional capabilities in the new software could add future value, and submit a recommendation that supports the status quo since little to no value would be realized. According to the BABOK, what's the best answer?
I would go with B.
Why do you like B most, Kim?
Because she has to compare what's in place currently and what they want to be new. So I would think she'd have to see the features and pair them up, see which ones are pros and cons.
I'm not challenging your logic. Is decision matrix the technique that she would use? I'm fuzzy on that one.
Maybe
I would vote for C.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
Uh,
I was
leaning
between
towards
B and
C as
C.
well.
I'll go with C as well because
Why do y'all like C more than B?
we're looking at how it's actually very important for them to get additional capabilities for them to make a final decision because that's where she can make an assessment. And the BABOK has already given us that narrative.
But isn't
Yeah.
that what she did here? She's already found the functionality that would lead to immediate value to the organization is basically the same. So looking for future value, is that going to be the best answer? I don't know. Tell me what you think.
I think
I
B
don't,
as boy.
That's a hard one.
I just think that maybe Amy she considered already the functionality that is in place, and he compares only those functionalities with new software and the old one. But new software, it may have some additional capabilities, so they
Future value?
need to be considered.
Okay. So let's
Yeah.
just,
I think,
Yeah.
okay.
and that is correct. Benefits of a solution that can be used in the future are part of the value assessment and solution. Good job.
Can we click on B just to see what the description was?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
This assumes that Amy is basically ending her assessment and is now just supporting her recommendation.
Okay, thank you.
So she probably made a decision matrix, which is part of the decision analysis technique to perform this analysis to begin with.
So basically, it says that Amy is lazy. The B answer.
No. It's asking what she might do next. If we said she was doing this, it's, yeah, she's being lazy, but she needs to explore the additional
Well,
capability.
she already
Yeah,
did B.
yeah.
Yeah, she's
Gotcha.
finished B. She needs to continue and go to C. Okay. Julian is a BA working on a project to complete a new subscription management system for Nord-Est magazines. The team has developed the data and navigation to handle the various entities and states in the diagram below. The application can accept new and trial subscriptions, process payments, and inactivate subscriptions. During the current iteration of the effort, Julian is sensing the team may be missing key requirements. So let's look at this document. And unfortunately, let's see, I don't know that I can necessarily show it all to you in one screen. So we're going to start at the top. It's a state diagram. The title is subscription entity. You got pending subscriptions, register request new paid subscription, register request trial subscription, 1, 3, or 6 issue. You've got a trial subscription area. Convert request full subscription, goes down to active subscription, or from pending description, payment approved, activate subscription goes down to active subscription. And then going both ways, we've got subscription lapses, inactivate subscription, you've got inactivate subscription status. And then for 3 years, archive data, and then here's your end. So we also have a product type. Product type PK, here's your key. Product type description. This is a, somebody help me with this. Is this 0 to many?
I think it's the other way around, many to 0.
Is it many to 0? So many subscriptions to one product type. And subscription ID, individual ID, product type, date active, first date for date of first use, subscription days, etc. And then many to 1 here, individual. You got your individual last name, first name, email address, password, marketing permissions, etc. And then you got 1 to many payments for a subscription. You got payment ID, subscription ID, date received, payment accepted, payment type, and payment comments. Here's your legend. You got your foreign key and your primary key. So you got foreign key and primary key. And
maybe we should look at the at the question first, and then it would be
we'll go
easier
back.
to.
Which state is Julian missing for the models of this situation? Is it the former subscription, which is implied in the diagram, canceled subscription, which is a valid state for any subscription, suspended subscription when payment is not approved, or rejected subscription because of payment not being approved? So these are our options. What are we missing? We've got pending, trial, active, inactive.
I wonder if
inactive subscription, so A is not real.
what about canceled? Is it the same as inactive? I'm not
Yeah.
sure. Can we look at the possible values of subscription type? Is there anything that?
Subscription values, we've got days, status, see state diagram.
So only those
So-
statuses states that are on the diagram
There's
are
our
allowed.
statuses.
Can you scroll up a little?
So
Back down.
rejected or
please.
cancelled will be a pending subscription. Yeah, like they all sound right in a way.
They do.
They all sound like they're missing. Like you can cancel a subscription, you can the thing of suspending a subscription is that it's not active and it's not inactive as well, or maybe it is inactive, but it's still I don't know.
The diagram never talks about canceling.
Yeah, that's why I was thinking B.
Yeah, but does it talk about former either?
Yeah, it does.
It does? All right.
Inactive is former. The question is, why is it former?
Okay. Well, let's test this and see what the answer is, and then maybe we'll learn something. Okay, rejected
Oh.
subscription. The trigger payment approval implies that not all payments are accepted, plus the payment accepted attribute in the payment entity hints that how the entity changes or transitions from one state to the other could be determined by the steps in the process, by business rules, or by information content. Cancel subscription is not correct because a possible state, but there's nothing in the question or in either model to hint at that suggests this state. An inactive subscription state could well be used for this purpose. Okay.
You would never find a question on the exam that's that poorly put together, I think. But there are some that are that tricky.
Okay. Let's see what the last question is. Using the same diagrams, Julian has discovered that the subscription management staff frequently changes addresses for customers who have 2 residences. To facilitate address change, they would like to allow saving an alternative address for a subscription. How should Julian handle this? So it's not going to be the state, it's going to be something down here. Individual, we've got address.
You have to put that on the individual.
Consult with an implementation SME, such as a database analyst, on how to handle this. Reject the request since there's only one address allowed per subscription. Add attributes to the individual entity to prevent saving an alternative address, or add a separate address entity and tie it to the individual in the one-to-many relationship. So we currently have a single address on here. Cliff, you think we ought to add an alternative address to individual?
Yeah, you
separate
could
address?
do D. You could do D and put a field in there. Is this a delivery address? But C would probably better fit this model.
I would say
I would
A
say
because
D
the
is
database
the
analyst
most
can do it.
generally flexible.
Okay, guys, we're business analysts. Are we going to be doing this, making this
see.
decision?
Well, A might be right. I'm the database guy.
Yeah.
You're the database guy.
So A might be right. Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
the
but
even-
Make that-
theoretical design guy, so I say D.
Do you like D?
I like D, but I might.
And I'll tell you
wrong.
what, in dynamic CRM system, D is how it's handled. But you wouldn't have an address on the individual. You'd have a link to a whole address table.
Right.
So
Problem
since that
is,
doesn't
any of
exist,
these can
Yeah.
be done.
Okay, wait a minute, guys. Let's go
So
back. What
these
does
guys
the
have
BABOK say is
chosen
the right
one.
answer?
I think
gonna
it's
go with
A.
too.
A.
I say A.
Yeah. Yeah. We're trying to fix a problem. Yeah. And it's
Trying
A.
to fix the problem. Oh,
Holy
boy.
shit. Really?
Ah!
Woo!
But it's a garbage question because all of those are except B are rational, and it eventually comes down to somebody making a call. It may be HIPAA based, which is highest paid person's opinion. So,
That's a totally different way to use HIPAA than I've ever thought of, but hippo. Thank you.
Well, he
That's
said
perfect.
hippo.
Hippo.
I thought he said HIPAA too, and I'm thinking medical stuff.
Me too. Me too. I'm like, okay, so consult
Hmm.
with an implementation SME. There may be a need to consult with a database analyst with the requirements design. That's where we messed up, guys. It's not the implementation SME.
Mm.
It would be
Oh,
it
yeah.
would be a SME, but not the
Uh-huh.
implementation SME.
well, no, it would be because the implementation person may give you some insights into what's the best way to do it. And like we said, all those are rational. So
Okay.
it's not a well-formed question.
It is not a well-formed question. Okay,
Yeah.
so our current belief in the CBAP test is that the top third scores, whatever the top third scores in current people taking it, are the people that pass. With that understanding, we're thinking that if you make a 70, you're probably going to pass. It's important that you make a 70 consistently across all knowledge areas. So if you've got a knowledge area that you're not strong in, I don't care if you can do 100% of the rest of the knowledge areas. You need to be making a 70 in every single knowledge area. We have made a 68. We learned some things in this. I don't feel bad about this at all.
I also noticed that we had the most trouble with solution evaluation. And as we talked about last week, because of the way the definition for that is kind of muddy. In general, I'm guessing that's the one that most people have the most problem with. You have to get a decent score in every section, and you can't totally boot any and still pass. You
Right.
can be marginal and pass, but you can't be terrible in pass.
So we did really well in strategy analysis. We didn't do so well in requirements analysis and design definitions. We didn't do RAD, and we didn't do well at all in solution evaluation. So we know where
Well,
we need to make improvements on.
The way you guys are thinking, however, is great. So keep that up. The questions on the actual exam are generally, but not always, more tractable than these.
Okay, so here's the thing. How many of you are planning on taking your exam before the end of the year? Can I get a raise of hands? I see 2 hands visually.
And
Anybody else?
I'm gonna try.
Okay,
More, I know Thea's trying.
I'm in that list. Kim's in that list. Olga's in the list. Okay, so
You
here's the
got
deal.
half a dozen. Yeah.
Awesome. What I want to do is say a couple of things. If you have not yet applied to take your exam and you need assistance, I have a worksheet that makes it a whole lot easier, and I would love to walk through it with you just to help you get that done. If you have any concerns or questions about your application, I'll walk through that with you. Contact me on LinkedIn. Taking your exam, I know that y'all know a lot of this stuff, but I also know that we don't always succeed at everything we do. And I want you to have a plan. If you succeed, great. If you don't succeed, I want you to have a plan so that you don't feel like you've hit a brick wall. Have a plan. My plan is I'm going to take a week. I'm going to dive down and study the things I need to study, and I'm going to take it again. I'm not going to have to retreat or feel like I've been beat up or hit a brick wall, because that's what happens if you don't have a plan. So if you need to talk through anything, I'm here to talk with you. I'm here to support you, and I know that you can do this. You're going to surprise yourself how well you do. There is a strategy once you actually get in there and take the test, and I'm going to walk through that real quick. I know we're running over just a bit. When you get in, expect to see the hardest questions first. For some reason, people say the hardest questions are the first several questions, and it kind of throws you for a loop. It's like, oh no, I don't even know what I'm doing. Don't worry about it. Mark the questions you don't instantly know and come back to them. Go through and answer the questions that you can answer quickly. Then go back and work through the rest of the questions. The last 10 minutes, 5 minutes, depending on how many you have left, answer the rest of the questions regardless. Do your very best, but get them all answered. If you don't answer it, it's automatically wrong. If you guess, you have at least a 25% chance of getting it right. Okay? You get a response very, very quickly to tell you if you have if you've passed. And regardless of what the answer is, I want to know. I want to be here to support you and cheer with you. I've already gotten to cheer with 2 people this week. I'm going to get to cheer with you too. Okay. So I will see y'all next week. We are going to be working. I don't even know what we're going to work on next week, guys. If you have suggestions, reach out to me. I have some pretty exciting things I want to bring up, but I haven't confirmed them. And so we will talk about what we're going to do next week. I hope you can join us. We're going to have something good for you. Okay. I'll talk to you later. See you next week.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, guys. See ya.
Everybody.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.